You can see it? Okay.
All right.
See if our students can see it now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you can still see it at your place? Okay, perfect. I apologize for the delay once more. We can see it too. So welcome again. And thank you for having us. We're sorry for the delay, but that's the thing with all these technical issues probably. So welcome to this course. I was just saying this is a virtual collaboration between the Ukrainian Khmelnytskyi National University and our university here in Leuven. For us, this is part of the international business course. And let's see. And for our Ukrainian peers, this is part of international business and non-formal educational courses. What are we going to do in this collaboration? The learning goals are right there. The idea is to develop a better understanding of one's own culture, so our own culture, and the cultural differences that we experience when interacting with people from another country, right? We want to gain some more insight in how in what ways cultural values actually influence us, right? Our mindset, our work style, the choices that we make on the day-to-day. We're going to see that culture is a very big part of our decision-making, right? And on top of that, we will also take some time to try and understand global power dynamics and how those are influenced by culture, and how those global power dynamics have a huge influence on people's personal collaboration and individual connections, right? So I talked to you about this last time, and I think you've heard of this before as well. We're going to cover a theoretical framework, which is the cultural dimensions theories by Hofstede and Trompenaars. Those are two Dutch researchers. It's a good model to kind of get an idea of what those dimensions can be, on what scale cultures can operate. You will also see the limitations of this system. And the idea is that this class will really be an interactive class that makes you think critically of the material that is presented to you. And I think the interaction with our Ukrainian peers will actually challenge us to take a look at our own culture, our own framework of understanding, and how this is going to work. We're going to work about cultural programming in international business as well. What are stereotypes and how do these influence our day-to-day lives and our work style? We're going to talk about intercultural conflict resolution, which is basically conflict resolution with some sprinkle of intercultural conversations. We're going to read a book, as I promised, which is the French philosophers White's Jews and Us. There is a soft copy of the book available on the Discord server. And we're going to talk about building a culture of trust and how we do that. How can we build bridges across different cultures? Okay, and then there's some casework to be done. We're getting to know each other today. We're not diving in at the deep end. We're taking it easy this week in getting to know each other. And then there's an expat guide assignment at the end of term to finish things off. I talked to the Belgian students last week about the optional assignment of doing an interview with one of your peers, but that's something that you can discuss with them. Okay, this is what the schedule looks like. Today, we're doing the introduction to the virtual collaboration. We're doing some icebreakers to get to know each other. And from next week on, we're going to dive in the substantial work for this course, right? So we're still taking it easy today, but we're working on contents from next week onward. As you can see, we will talk about the theoretical framework. Then we have a class about the cultural programming. Then we do a class about intercultural conflict resolution. And then we have an Easter break here in Belgium. So we have 2 weeks off, which grants you guys also 2 weeks off. That's not too bad. We have some break during spring. And then you can take that time to read your book in the comfort of your own homes, so we can have a deep dive into the book right after Easter break, right? Then we pick up the expat guide assignment. And after we will talk about
Sorry, dear Fleur, we haven't opportunity to see all slides of presentation, only the first slide.
You only
Please,
see the one?
yes.
Let
If
me
you
see.
can, please turn over the slides in the presentation material.
Okay, I see. Let me see. I'm sorry. Let's see if I can. It's this one. Let's try again. Now you can see the schedule?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I've never worked with this before, so I have like 1,000 screens to choose from. So let me recheck. Can I move it now? Can you see another slide coming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'll talk a little about the schedule and then I'll move on to the next one. So we have, let me see, then one class on building a culture of trust at the beginning of May, and we have 2 more weeks to work on that expat guide that you're going to do together. What do we expect from you? Active participation in class, right? The big value of this class and this collaboration is in the interaction and in the connection with each other. And in the interaction with the course material. All of this is material that you can actually work with, that you should ask questions about, that you give your own perspective on. So your active collaboration is highly encouraged. We also would like you to prepare the course material and especially read the book in time. And we want your engagement and your participation in the expat guide, of course. All classes, all course material and the interaction spaces are available on the Discord server, right? Okay, maybe a little information about who we are, especially for our Ukrainian peers, give you a brief setting of where we are. We're in Belgium with our University of Applied Sciences, and Belgium is a constitutional monarchy, which means that we actually have a king. And we're also a federal parliamentary democracy, which means that there is a democratic decision-making process politically with a federal parliament. We have many more parliaments than just the federal one because we have 3 official languages and also 3 political regions, which is quite ridiculous for such a small country, I would say, but that's the way it is. We speak Dutch in the north of the country, French in the south, and German in the east. And Belgium hosts the headquarters of the European Union in Brussels, which is our capital, and it's the European Council that is located there, and the European Parliament. Our students will tell you much more about Belgium and give you all the insights of what Belgium means, but I'd like maybe to give you some brief introduction in saying that Belgians are typically rather cynical about their country. Belgians aren't really proud patriots. They're rather cynical about it, but they're united in their folklore without knowing. But a lot of Belgians love participating in carnivals, processions, etc. That's a big thing, both in the north and the south of the country. And in their cuisine, in the food, Belgians are united. I once had this friend describe it as French quality food in German quantities, and I think that sort of sums it up quite nice. We have the largest number of beer breweries per capita in the world. So if you want a beer, that's actually, you need to be here. That's just clear. Okay, a little more about our school. Who are we? Our tagline is that we're moving minds. We're Flanders, and Flanders is the north part of Belgium. Second largest university of applied sciences. We have many students, almost 17,000, very many teachers and researchers, and a lot of degrees that you can actually follow. We have 8 campuses in Flemish Brabant and Limburg, which are 2 provinces here. So we're spread quite widely over the region. This is our tagline, so moving minds, and that's something that every of our students really embodies in movement, complex world, and they're all strong-minded, which we really love, actually. These are our formal ambitions. So we want to support success stories, build global citizens, and this course is perfect to do that. We want regional boosting and some inspiring for people to be the best version of themselves. The study programs that we propose here, and all of our students are in the management program, right? So that's a practice-oriented bachelor's degree of 3 years of study. And the different majors that we offer